Good morning, Sin City, and welcome to another episode of the Social Media Show. I'm your host, Sam Dever, here with Justin McVay. Justin, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And Justin, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So we run a really exciting and brand new program here at the university, the UNLV Business Startup Center, really to be an on-campus and off-campus community resource for entrepreneurs and startups who need a little bit of assistance, or in some cases a lot of assistance, on the business side of their startup. So we're here as a resource, and most notably a free resource, to help them get a little bit further down the path to forming their business or to becoming a successful business.
Now, who started it? Like, who was the initial person that had the idea to start this program?
Sure. So there's been a resource on campus for many years, part of the Small Business Development Center. It's a large program nationwide that's funded by the SBA. We recently just decided to kind of tweak the program and shift more into the startup community. We're still a resource for anyone, small business or otherwise, but we really thought with the resources that we have and the limited folks that we have on staff that we could really focus on particularly startups. And when I say startup, I mean the more innovation-based, mostly in the technology space, but really can be in any space, but more innovation-based and have those startups have the ability to scale and grow quickly. And in turn with that, they hire folks. So it's a job creation motivation as well. So it was a university kind of thought to shift from being a traditional small business development center and focusing our efforts a little bit more strategically on this community and what we saw was growing in this community, and that was the more entrepreneurial innovation-based startup community.
And you mentioned that, and it seems that's the first thought that goes in my head. What you guys are doing seems to go with what's going on in the entrepreneurship here in the city with downtown. And I actually met you at the Innovation Center at Startup Weekend. Yep. So it definitely, you guys are catering to what's going around here in the community.
We, the university is both geographically and in our center's perspective, kind of philosophically right in the middle of the city between those two worlds that you just mentioned, the thriving downtown entrepreneur and startup community, and then those that are growing in the Innovation Center over in the Southwest. So we're centrally located between those two, and we think kind of philosophically we're able to bridge the gap between those two as well. We don't have coders. We're not writing apps. We're not writing technology. What we're there to do is to assist those that typically know the technology that they're working in, but may not fully understand or be able to build the business side of it. And we're there to both kind of educate them on what the needs of that are and hopefully get them a little bit longer down the path, further down the path, excuse me. So like I said, we're a free resource. So we feel like that in and of itself is a capability because it will allow the startups to not spend money on consultants that maybe would be doing the same thing that we do. So that in turn gives them a little bit longer runway. If they don't have to spend $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 on someone to help them put together a strategic plan or help them forecast financials, something like that, then that $3,000, $5,000, or $10,000 is going to be much more useful for them when they're actually developing their technology, doing market research, or trying to get their brand recognized out in the community. So that's where we think that those resources that would typically be spent on a service like ours can be better spent on actually growing their business.
Okay, and you hit it on the head. That's a phenomenal resource for anyone, especially when you're getting started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of spending what you just said with a consultant or whatever, you can use that more toward marketing or whatever it may be, getting your business actually set up as an entity. Yeah. But you guys are there for free.
Yeah, absolutely. And we tell people that our kind of sweet spot is from napkin to execution.
I love that.
So if you literally just have an idea, maybe you've participated in a startup weekend and it's Monday, come see us, because we are both an on-campus and an off-campus resource for entrepreneurs and startups who have a really great idea and really want to know where they can go from there. We also, we'll be start doing a lot of outreach to the undergraduate and graduate community on campus. They're really, other than the SBDC, which is our predecessor, there has never really been a resource for applying the knowledge that students are learning on campus and applying that into creating a company, really building the blocks for a startup. And that could be anything from how to get a business license all the way through, like I mentioned before, market research or whatnot. So the fact that we're on campus and that's where we're headquarters, we're going to be doing a lot of outreach to students to let them know that we are here, that we're here to help. And hopefully that will grow the kind of entrepreneur spirit, that will grow the startups that are coming out of the campus as well, by us, giving them a leg up and not having to spend money where it's probably unnecessary, where we can help. Anything like that we think we can be a resource, we want to be. So my kind of drumbeat is, come see us because we're here for free and we think we can help.
And that leads me into my next question. If I am a student here at UNLV and I want to get, and I think you pretty much just hit it on the head, but if a student wants to get involved in what you guys are doing to help some of these businesses you guys are helping, because I know with talks with you in the past, if this program would have been at my college, I would have been sign me up,
right.
Because you get to that junior, senior year, you're not really thinking. You get to that last semester, senior year, oh crap, I got to go start applying for jobs.
Right.
Or, reality starts hitting in where, these students can have a chance to get involved in some of these startups and become on the ground floor with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if they want to get involved with what you guys do, what's the best way for a student here at UNLV to reach you guys?
Sure. Well, there's a couple of ways to get involved. One, certainly by, like you just mentioned, being involved with our center. We're looking for interns. We need volunteers to help work with the startup community, but also if you have a startup and you want to actually get our assistance, both of those ways, we'll take interest from both sides of that. And really just come find us. You can find us at UNLV Startup on Twitter. We just got our space, our kind of space that we're going to be using on campus, and we're right on the first floor of the Student Union now.
Very nice. Very nice.
Right by the food court. So come in, check us out there, and you can also find us online at unlv.edu/startup. Those, really come walk in, check us out, and let us know that you're interested or maybe that you need some assistance, and we're here to help. It's really interesting the need that we've seen just in the 3 months or so that we've been in existence, and I think that's really important. So we're working towards getting the word out more and more that we are here, that we are a resource, and we think that that'll only grow our kind of client list, if you will, those folks that we're working with. We've had a tremendous outpouring of community and campus support since we've started, both from those wanting to be involved as well as startups that need assistance.
And you guys are already working with several businesses, I understand, right?
Yeah, we have probably 40 to 50
wow.
On our client list just in the first 3 months that we've been in existence.
That's awesome.
So that really shows the need, I think, in the community and the fact that we're free. One thing to be probably said is not necessarily all of the clients that come to us and say we need help, can we help? We're not attorneys, we're not CPAs, but the good thing in a lot of what we do is we can broker connections with those in the community that may be able to help. There are other resources in town that are also free that startups may not be aware of, and if we can't help, we'll help you find someone that can. So come see us. We'd love to have the opportunity to at least chat with you, learn about what your startup is, and if we can help or if we can connect you to someone who can.
I think what you guys are doing here in Vegas, other cities and campuses should take notice. I think it's really going to set the mold, if you will, of the future of entrepreneurship. And because I know you and I have talked too, the classroom's great,
right?
But you can't replace that real world experience, because that's when you really learn. That's when you really
Sure.
learn.
We think there's something to be said about both the academic and the applied side of learning entrepreneurism. And so we've got some great programs at UNLV that are teaching entrepreneurism and teaching you how to go about building your startup and being a business leader, and all of the nuts and bolts that you need to learn from an academic standpoint to do that. We think that we are kind of the next step. If you build a really great, interesting concept in your academic setting, come see us then, and we can actually help you turn it into a real business. We think that UNLV should be creating highly skilled employees, but also very very highly skilled employers as well.
Absolutely. It's all about the mix, the balance.
Sure.
Well, that's awesome, Justin, and thank you so much for coming on. Any last shout-outs?
Sure. As I mentioned before, they can find us at UNLV Startup on Twitter. UNLV.edu/startup is our website, which has all of my contact information as well as our other team members' contact information. My email is justin.mcvay@unlv.edu, so you can certainly reach out to me there. I think a couple of shout-outs I will give is, we can't do what we do on a regular basis and wouldn't have been as successful without a large list of partners that have jumped on board and been willing to assist us. A couple that you mentioned, the Innovation Center has given us an office to operate out of there. The Fifth Street School has given us an office to operate out of there, and the Henderson Economic Development Office has given us an office to operate out of. So that really lets us reach out into the community. And then others like Adam Kramer at the Chamber of Commerce. He's their Director of Entrepreneurism. They've been instrumental in helping us connect with business leaders in the community so that we can then be a broker for the startups we're working with. So if you need a talent that a business or a business leader may have in the community, we have the resources to reach into kind of the membership of the chamber and working with Adam and his team to be able to connect those to the startup community. So we've had great outpouring of support, and those associations like the chamber and others have been really instrumental in our success so far, and we know that it'll only get better as we move forward.
Very supportive community, it sounds like.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Justin, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
It's
Look
my
forward
pleasure.
to seeing you guys grow this next upcoming semester.
We're absolutely ready to, so come see us.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.